everyone, it's Sean here from Worldwide Red Show, coming at you once again from the back garden. Just want to take a moment to touch base with all of you guys and make sure everyone's doing okay. If you're new around here, make sure you give me a subscribe. Hit that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, share the video for me if you'd be so kind to help me grow this platform. And also hit the little notification bell, that way every time I drop a new video or anytime I go live, you guys will know what's going on. Listen, I want to take just a few moments. I did not do an instant match reaction to Manchester United's current, previous game, our 4-1 victory over Newcastle United. So I also give my thoughts on that and also give a quick preview for our PSG championship match, which will be coming up tomorrow. And one of the reasons I didn't do a video right away is because Saturday my face was tore up. I don't know if you can see it through here, but my puppy dogs got a little too rambunctious. I was sitting on the floor in the house, and the dogs came up and they wanted to wrestle, and I didn't realize one of them was charging me. I turned around, they're boxers, of course, so I got boxed. I got slit, blood everywhere. I was a mess right in the middle of the game, and I'm like, look, no kind of video going on after this. So I waited a few days. It was cool because I got to, calm down a little bit from what I was seeing. Listen, guys, I'm titling this video Agenda FC because our fan base, in my opinion, is ridiculous when it comes to agendas. Let me explain to you why I feel this way. Newcastle, I feel like overall we played much better. Obviously, we played way better than we played against Spurs. We're absolutely terrible in that game. I was fuming. We played better yesterday, and it's obvious to me, whether or not you agree with the tactics or lack of tactics or all this kind of stuff that people talk about our coach, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, the fact of the matter is, Solskjaer, however you guys want to say it, listen, here's the thing. When I think about what I witnessed the other day, it's not about tactics for me when it comes to the coach. I am not Ole in, I'm not Ole out, I'm Ole indifferent. I don't think that he should be sacked. I'm backing him, I'm supporting him, because I feel like since he got us to third, he deserves some time to he's a very streaky manager. Let's see if he can get us on a run. If we keep losing and playing like we played against Spurs for over a period of time, then he's got to go. But at the end of the day, changing the manager, this chopping and changing of managers, it's only a temporary fix. The fact of the matter is we just got a mess on our hands with the board and boards that don't want to support the manager. But I want to say this about the agendas. You got the Ole out brigade and the Ole in brigade, and they're both two extremes of nonsensical arguments that are just ridiculous. It's like they can't see the truths of really people that can see the good and the bad with our current manager. So let's talk about the game. Did we play better? Yes. Do I feel like Ole got everything right? No. Especially, I personally believe that Harry Maguire should have been dropped. I'm going to tell you why. It's obvious to me the guy is not right mentally. It's obvious with everything going on in his life, with everything he's dealing with away from the pitch. I felt like dropping him, not like dropping him like you're done, but sending him away for like a week, not to Greece, but sending him somewhere to be alone for a little bit, maybe relax with his family, refocus, recharge, and get back at it. Now, here's the thing. You say, well, look what he did. He proved you wrong. He proves you wrong. Did you see that goal? Did you see that goal? He should have been scoring those goals, many more than what he has already for United. So good on Harry Maguire. He played an okay game. He got a goal. Hopefully, he'll kick on from that. But let me tell you what. Here's the thing. This obsession with the agendas. Look at the score. 4-1. Proved y'all wrong. Proved everyone wrong who was doubting. Where's the haters now? Where's the Marcus Rashford agenda people now? He played good. Well, and I don't have agenda against anybody. I'm just saying these extremes. It's the same as the other people. When we have a bad result, freaking PE teacher, I told you, there's no tactics. No tactics. It's just freestyle football. It's just go out there and enjoy yourself and all this kind of ridiculous nonsense. But then you have the flip side of people, some of whom are YouTubers that I watch and respect, that I see dropping videos of our counterattacking goal. Yes, a counterattacking goal. Everyone knows Ole can coach the counter. No one's calling him a PE teacher when he's coaching the counter. But here's the thing. Let's look at the goal that everyone likes to break down. The beautiful finish by Bruno Fernandes, which, by the way, guys, this happened in over the 80th minute. 4-1 flattered us. Let me explain to you why. We scored into the 80th minute a counter-attacking goal that, quite frankly, we could have went down 2-1 if not for an absolutely world-class save by David De Gea, which, by the way, where was Harry Maguire defensively on that play? Why was he not marking Callum Wilson? Where was he? Where was he? If he's back, he's back. He scored a goal. My captain. Hashtag my captain. Shut up the haters. All this, man, calm down. We are so reactionary. Agenda FC. It's crazy. I like Harry Maguire. My favorite player is Paul Pogba. His butt needed to be benched, and he's my favorite player. It's just this agenda people have. It gets on my nerves. It's crazy. So what I saw a YouTuber that I respect, like I said, posted a video, and it said something like PE teacher, free flow, no tactics, whatever. It was just bait, but it was the goal. Now let me explain something to you as someone who not only watches the game a lot, I also coach the game. What our team did, I watched a U13 team do. My son was playing the other day. He's 12 years old. The exact same tactics we coach and are teaching 12-year-olds when it comes to countering and even playing out from the back. You know what we do when we're playing out from the back or we're countering? We get the ball wide immediately, whether playing out from the back or on the counter. If we have an overload in midfield, we immediately look to play a triangle. A triangle. We try to go from, let's just say, the fullback, or in Donny van de Beek's case, Donny van de Beek was back, so he's over to more of a fullback position. He turns around to feed the middle of the field. The middle of the field immediately turns to look up the wing for a streaking winger or someone heading down the wing as fast as they can. When we play the next direct pass down the wing, either trying to get a through ball, which is what happened with Rashford, or trying to get the guy down the wing for two options. One, if the pass leads you inside, we're looking for the overlap. If it leads you outside, we're looking for a cross. It's a simple triangle. Our 12-year-olds do it. Our 12-year-olds. Stop acting like that goal was somehow some kind of master class, master stroke. If that's the case, then I should be coaching Manchester United, because I know enough about the game to get those kind of goals, or at least try to. And does that make me brilliant? No, it doesn't. Now again, Ollie is not the problem, should not be sacked. I support the guy. Like I said, I'm not like Ollie in. I know we're going to win everything with him. He's the greatest thing since Sir Alex, like some of these people do. It's ridiculous. You say anything bad about what the guy's doing or tactically you challenge him, and you're some plastic fan and a hater. Or you have the complete opposite of Agenda FC, that the guy doesn't have a clue. He's clueless. He don't have a prayer. He's a PE teacher. He's a Wally and all the crazy stuff that I hear people say. And that's agenda-based as well. So and here's the thing. I've learned in this YouTube game, maybe people like me don't make a lot of sense, because the only way, I guess, to really, really grow is to be extreme. You have to be extreme one way or another way, some kind of fanatic one way or another way. That way you attract everyone with the same fanatical ideas that you have. It's kind of like politics. So maybe I just need to pick a side and go all in and just be crazy with it. And more people will be like, yeah, that guy over there in America, that Worldwide Red Show, that yank knows what he's talking about, because you agree with me. The fact is, yes, there are things about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer that I don't like. There are things about his coaching I'm not sold on. To be quite frank with you, I don't feel like he's the guy to lead us to titles and to win us trophies and stuff. I hope I'm wrong. I really do. I want the guy to succeed. It would be best for us if the guy succeeds. It takes us back to where we go, where we belong. And here's the interesting thing. I hear so many people, especially in the Ollie in crowd, say, well, I don't know. I'm not saying he's the guy to win his titles. But then why do we have him? This is Manchester United. We want to win titles. We're here to win trophies. If he's not the guy to do that, then why is he here? Is he a stopgap from where we've been to fix the culture to where we're going? That's what I thought. That was my argument. That's why I was so all in, because I felt like he was the guy to turn the culture. But yet, look at what happened this summer. They didn't back him. The culture hasn't shifted. We got guys being arrested. We got guys coming back from break when they want to. We got all kinds of nonsense going on. And the fact is the culture, yes, some of the guys smile and they didn't under Jose. So I get that. And obviously he's a good man manager because I felt the team played for the guy. I'll tell you one thing. What we should do is bring up Potts rumors or Nagelsmann rumors every freaking week. This guy should be under pressure every freaking week. And I'm going to tell you why. Because anytime his job's on the line, Ollie turns into prime Sir Alex. I'm telling you, it's like a get out of trouble card. He's got it. So listen, even if it's just psychological, we need to keep this guy under pressure. Because whether it's him or the team, the guys obviously play for him. Maybe they don't believe in his coaching style or tactics, but they play for him. So I personally support him, even though, like I said, I feel like my struggle is that I'm not sold that he has enough authority to really bring the change that we were hoping for. And because it's his dream job almost, I'm a little afraid that he could become quietly a puppet to where he doesn't want to kick up much of fuss because he don't want to lose his job. And so that's the thing that frustrates me, because we know the only way to get us back is to have a board that's committed to winning. A real director of football, not some figurehead, spending money in the transfer window on the people that we need, stuff like that. Is Ollie the guy to get that done? I don't know. Like I said, I hope so. I'm cheering for him. I'm rooting for him. I'm not going to be over here talking about get him out of my club and all that kind of stuff. Why? Why? Because the next guy's not going to get backed either. So why do it? But anyway, guys, as far as the game goes itself, enough of that rant. The fact is, we played better. I thought Marcus played well, especially down the middle. He struggled there last year, so I thought overall he played well. But just remember this, guys. It was 1-1. We could have easily been down 2-1 without a world-class save from De Gea. And this was in the around the 82nd minute, where we get a counter-attack goal, which was a phenomenal goal, the finish by Bruno. And by the way, Bruno was bound to miss a penalty. But let me say this. Don't look at the replay, because the keeper was off his line. If that was us, like when De Gea finally got the one save in his entire freaking life, David De Gea got a save off of a PK, the first one I can ever even remember, and he's off the line retake. Man, come on, man. Same thing happened. They didn't give a retake. But I'm going to say this. Bruno Fernandes, I don't know what he was doing, but he needs to bring the hop and skip and jump back, because I don't need to see whatever happened yesterday, because it was a terrible PK. It was terrible because it was perfect height for the keeper to save it. If the keeper guessed right and you put it that height, it's going to save 9 times out of 10. Was not a good PK. But listen, he was 10 out of 10 before? So, hey, it was bound to happen eventually. And he comes back with a peach of a finish from a Marcus Rashford setup. Rashi, I believe, had 2 assists on the day. Bruno Fernandes had a goal and assist. And I'm telling you, Bruno, even if you don't think he's playing well, he puts up numbers. The guy, that finish yesterday was class. And listen, my guy, AWB, Aaron Wan-Bissaka got his first ever goal. Yeah, I said that. His first ever professional goal. He roofed one yesterday. He rocketed it. And so, listen, I was happy for him. Hopefully he can kick on and give us a little more in the offensive categories. That he had like 4 or 5 assists last year, which, by the way, was almost more than Luke Shaw's had his entire career. By the way, Luke Shaw's finish in that first own goal, fantastic finish. I mean, fantastic finish. Again, it was in the wrong net, but it is what it is. Overall, Luke Shaw didn't play terrible. Don't think the center backs were great. Harry Maguire, considering all that he's been through, it's a big goal by him. I was happy for him. I felt like he played okay. 6.5 to 7 out of 10 performance. He can be better and do better. He would have been at fault for that goal if David De Gea didn't save his bacon with an amazing save. Dave saves. Holy goodness, that was a great save. No matter if you're Hendo in, De Gea in, that was an amazing save. In the midfield, again, I am not Scott McTominay's biggest fan. I feel like he gets skinned way too much defensively. I felt like overall having him and Fred together does give us a little more balance. It makes us harder to break down, because when Pogba wants to be engaged and be that player, he can do it. But far too many times when Pogba and Bruno are in the team together, I feel like the only way to play them is not in 2 double pivots and a 10. I believe if we went more 4-3-3, and we had a destroyer behind them, maybe make Fred or Matic's main role to protect the back and bust up play in a destroyer and play Bruno and Pogba as 2 8s. I believe that, like almost 2 box-to-box 8s. Yes, you guys get forward. One goes, the other one stays back a little bit. The other one goes, the other one stays back a little bit. And your main job is to control the midfield, make the passes, attack, and get in the box. But you also, as 2 8s, have to play box-to-box and help defend, break up play. I think, and both guys can do it. I've seen them both do it for the national teams. Bruno plays as an 8 for Portugal when I've watched him play. And Donny van de Beek is an 8 as well. He plays box-to-box. For people saying he's just a 10, that didn't watch him at Ajax. Real Madrid wasn't buying Donny van de Beek to be a 10. So we have that capability. I don't know why we're not doing it. Hopefully we'll do something like that tomorrow against PSG, because obviously Paul Pogba is going to get to play in Paris. You can count on that. And again, Pogba hasn't really been up to scratch too much, but hopefully he can turn it around. As far as our attacking players, Dan James, again, no end product. He is not the sharpest tool in the shed when it comes to making footballing decisions, especially in the final third. But I'll tell you one thing that he gives you that I thought he gave us a little better than what I've seen Rashford give us at times on the left, is Dan James dropped into that midfield a little bit more to create more bite in the midfield. Where I think Marcus, a lot of times, Marcus is a striker. He's an pure attacker. Same with Mason on the other side. You know, we have these guys that just want to get forward and attack, when sometimes you have to drop back and help as well. I think Dan James does that better. However, Dan James actually will be a good shout for tomorrow against PSG. I'm going to explain to you why. The teams that Dan James can hurt the most are teams that attack heavily. Like when teams pressure on and they're coming at you, which I believe that Paris will do tomorrow, Dan James's pace is his greatest asset. So when we look to play on the break and play on the counter, that ball out into the channels for Dan James to get behind them can create a lot of problems for teams. And so I don't think he will get to start tomorrow. I think where Dan James struggles, and I don't need to see him, is when we're playing against teams on a low block. When the teams are sitting back in a low block, what do we need all that pace for when he doesn't have the tech, he doesn't have the other things that we need? But I'll tell you who does. Man, did he not roll the clock back tomorrow. Juan Mata Garcia. He was amazing yesterday. Phenomenal player. Man, I wish we could have him 10 years ago. You know, because obviously Father Time beats everyone. But yesterday, I would say, if not for De Gea's world-class save that I believe saved us the game and may have saved Ollie's job, Juan Mata was for me my man of the match. He played phenomenal yesterday. His intricate one-touch short play there with Bruno, those 1-2 give and goes. It seems like they really read where each other are going to end up. They have good chemistry. Juan Mata is great against teams that play that low block. And I'm going to say this. I think that Donny van de Beek could play that position as well. I think that, you know, when we're playing teams where we'll need a little bit more energy and a little bit more bite, it can be Donny or Mason. But when we're playing teams that are just sitting back against this man, Juan Mata, I was the first one to say Mata needed to go. But hopefully yesterday Saturday wasn't just one of those things, or one of those games where you just roll back the clock, because I thought he was phenomenal. So, I mean, overall, guys, I feel like the team is playing for Ole. I think that Paris is going to be a whole different beast. I think that they're going to attack us like crazy. And I know people are scared about that, but I'm not. I'm not frightened about it at all, because I feel like our team plays the best and our coach coaches the best when we can play like a smaller club. When we can play like a small team does against us, where we can sit back, soak up pressure, and hit on the break using our pace, we are a dangerous team. We are one of the best counterattacking teams in Europe. At least we were last year. So I'm not afraid of Paris when it comes to that. Where I'm afraid is when we're playing these teams that sit back and say, you can have the ball, break us down. Because it seems like too many times we just are looking for more individual brilliance to make that happen. And so anyway, guys, let me know your score predictions. What do you think? I never predict United to lose. I think it's going to be this game for me has draw written all over it, but because Di Maria plays in the other team, I can't do it. So I'm going with a 2-1 United win. I'm going for 2-1 United win. I mean, it is what it is. Now, I think Ole will probably potentially switch to 3 at the back. Maybe move Luke Shaw down and bring in Alex Telles. Seems a sensible thing to do. Maybe play Eric Bailly to the right of Maguire, so we have that speed to really counteract the Neymar and the Mbappes. But I'm going to tell you this. You guys might not like him or say he struggles against speed, but Victor Lindelof is good in European games. Victor Lindelof, I watched him before we bought him, and I watched him pocket Ousmane Dembele in the Champions League. And Lindelof is that guy, man. When it comes to European games or teams that play it across the floor, it's a solid option. Don't know what'll happen. We'll see tomorrow. Anyway, obviously we know who to look at when it comes to PSG. It's going to be Neymar and Mbappe. If anyone at Manchester United wants to earn just my total affection and love, they can do an Ashley Young and chuck Di Maria into the stands. I will not cry about that one bit. That would be an amazing piece of business. But anyway, it's going to be a tough match. It's what we live for. I'm loving to hear this Champions League music again. Overall, like I said, guys, when it came to the Newcastle game, the guys seem to be playing for Ole. We can't complain about the performance. It was a good performance. But all these people acting like we blew Newcastle out obviously wasn't watching the game. You just watched the final score. Because, we could have been down 2-1 by the 80th minute, if not for De Gea. And then we had an amazing counter-attacking goal. Bruno's finish, beautiful. Then we get 2 scrappy goals at the end when Newcastle knew the game was over. I mean, Marcus Rashford's goal, he needed it. Grateful for it. But, guys, I mean, it was in the 96th minute. I mean, it's just... I know they all count. They all count. But don't act like we went up to St. James's Park and just dominated them, just crushed Newcastle the whole game, because we didn't. The fact is, and I'll tell you what, Newcastle surprised me. Newcastle, they must be watching too many YouTube channels, believing some of their own fans, because they were talking about how they were going to come attack us and blitz us, and we were down, and we're scrubs, and we're terrible, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking, go ahead, y'all attack us. I felt like they were a little too open yesterday. I felt like they were not as defensive as what I thought they would be. And that plays to our advantage. So, anyway, Agenda FC. People acting like when we get a win, we're about to win the league. People acting like that we lose and we don't play well, like we did against Spurs, that our coach is just a PE teacher. The agendas out here are killing me. So I guess at the end of the day, guys, we have to figure out what side of the fence we're going to sit on. Even the Pogba agenda. It's like, it's crazy because I say he's my favorite player, but he hasn't been playing well. And let's face it, guys, no one is bigger than the club. And as much as I love Paul Pogba, the whole crap about Madrid when he goes on international break gets on my nerves. And again, he said, yeah, I love Manchester United, that's my club. We know he loves Manchester United. We know we are his club. But like I said, if I was married to someone as long as I've been, and I decided to go off and start hollering at other women, what do you think would happen? It's just frustrating. The whole situation's frustrating. Love Paul Pogba. All this crap about his hair and stuff. That's as soon as I hear people say that turns me off. It's annoying to me. I don't care what kind of hair he has. I don't care anything like that. To me, a lot of that just sounds bigoted and racist to me. But that's just me being judgmental. When I hear you talking about someone's haircuts and staying off social media, who cares, man? I mean, who cares? We got other guys on the team that you're defending that's been arrested this summer. It's annoying, bro. But to me, all that matters is performance on the pitch. Paul Pogba, to me, is the best talent in the midfield in the entire world, but he don't show it enough. Sometimes his head goes. He reminds me of LeBron James. Like, LeBron James is the greatest front runner in the history of sports. As long as things are good and there's no pressure or stress, he's rolling. But when things get hard, he has a tendency to melt down. He definitely a lot of times don't like the last shot. He'd rather pass it off. He don't want the free throw line at the end of the game. That's just LeBron. And I also remember LeBron in his first stint with Cleveland, quitting when the Celtics were beating them in the playoffs. He quit. And I can't forgive someone for that. Don't ever tell me, listen, hashtag not my GOAT. Not my GOAT. I lived through it. I watched MJ. I love LeBron. I ain't got no problem with LeBron, but not my GOAT. They don't even play defense anymore. And these guys talk. These too many kids. You know, you 30. You ain't even 30 yet. You 24. Analyzing basketball. Man, stop. You 24. You're a prisoner to the moment. You're a prisoner to the now. You grew up just watching LeBron. So anyway, and the same way with me. I grew up watching MJ. I grew up in the middle of it. And so people fought me talking about how can you say MJ was better than Elgin Baylor? I don't know. Never seen Elgin Baylor. But anyway, guys, we need Paul Pogba to be Paul Pogba all the time. This video went way too long. If you stuck with it, man, that's amazing. If you are new around here, like, subscribe, get involved. Let me know in the comments what you think is going to be going down in Paris. Again, I said 2-1. Let me know what you think. I'll be back with my match reaction afterward. Until next time, this is Sean, Worldwide Red Show. I'm out.